For years, the dream of a national airline in Ghana has floated through political cycles, economic seasons, and administrative transitions. It is a vision that many Ghanaians have longed to see materialize. A national flag carrier soaring across African skies and beyond, carrying the Black Star and the rich legacy of Ghana's resilience and pride. Today, that dream appears closer to realization than ever, as Ghana takes bold steps toward reviving its national airline, this time with an eye on global partnerships and long-term sustainability. The year 2025 has marked a pivotal turning point for Ghana's aviation aspirations. With President John Dramani Mahama back in office, his administration has reignited national conversations around air transport infrastructure and the need for a Ghanaian-owned carrier to serve not just as a symbol of national identity, but as a strategic economic tool. The new government has placed aviation firmly on the development agenda, and with it comes a fresh approach, a clear strategy, and an unwavering commitment to getting it right this time. Ghana has announced its intentions to partner with Portugal's national carrier, TAP Portugal, in the establishment of its new flag carrier. The partnership is not merely an idea, but part of a broader strategy to ensure that Ghana's next national airline is not only competitive, but also rooted in international standards and best practices. President Mahama has underscored this move as one born out of both necessity and strategic foresight. The desire is not simply to own aircraft or wear a national badge in the skies. It is to create an airline that is financially viable, operationally sound, and globally connected. The choice of Portugal as a potential partner is significant. TAP Air Portugal has a long-standing history in the aviation sector and currently maintains direct flights to Accra. The existing relationship between TAP and Ghana provides a foundation for deeper collaboration. Furthermore, Portugal and Ghana have maintained warm diplomatic and historical ties, making the partnership a natural extension of mutual interest and shared ambition. President Mahama, during his public address, spoke candidly about his personal experience flying TAP and his admiration for the airline's efficiency and professionalism. He emphasized the importance of learning from models that work and integrating such expertise into Ghana's new aviation chapter. At the heart of the plan is the recognition that Ghana cannot do it alone. The cost, complexity, and technical demands of establishing and sustaining a national airline require not just capital, but knowledge, networks, and credibility. That is why the government is placing a premium on finding credible, experienced international partners. This includes airlines that already have operational footprints in Africa and understand the dynamics of the continent's aviation ecosystem. In addition to Portugal, the government has been in discussions with technical experts from the United Arab Emirates to support the development of the airline. These talks have centered on securing technical assistance, including aircraft acquisition strategies, route planning, crew training, safety regulations, and customer service management. The UAE's involvement, while distinct from the partnership with Portugal, forms part of a broader multipolar strategy to ensure that the new airline benefits from the best global standards available. To coordinate these efforts, the government inaugurated a national airline task force earlier this year. This high-powered committee is chaired by Charles Assar, a former managing director of the Ghana Airports Company Limited, and includes aviation professionals, financial analysts, legal experts, and infrastructure specialists. Their mandate is clear: to oversee the strategic design, financial modeling, operational planning, and regulatory compliance of the new airline. Their work includes engaging potential partners like TAP Portugal, preparing legal frameworks for joint ventures, mapping key regional and international routes, and developing a timeline for launch. The task force is also charged with preparing for the procurement of aircraft. This is a delicate process that requires balancing cost, operational efficiency, and long-term sustainability. The government has made it clear that it does not intend to rush. Every decision will be made with careful consideration, ensuring that the airline is built to last. The emphasis is on quality over speed. And with every public statement, the Mahama administration has reinforced its belief that this time, Ghana will get it right. There is, of course, a historical backdrop to this renewed push. Ghana has attempted in the past to maintain a national airline. Ghana Airways, once a proud carrier of the Ghanaian flag, operated for decades before folding due to financial challenges, mismanagement, and market pressures. Subsequent attempts to establish new carriers, such as Ghana International Airlines and other private public ventures, failed to take root. These experiences have not been forgotten. They serve as both lessons and warnings, guiding the new approach with a stronger emphasis on accountability, transparency, and international collaboration. One of the most compelling features of this new initiative is the consultative approach. Unlike past efforts that were marred by opacity and poor planning, the current administration is keen on building a process that includes stakeholder input, industry analysis, and public engagement. By working with credible international partners and by relying on professionals who understand both the local and global aviation landscapes, the government is laying the groundwork for a different kind of success story. In many ways, the revival of a national airline aligns with broader national development goals. The airline is not just a business, it is a critical infrastructure component that can drive tourism, boost exports, enhance business connectivity, and create jobs. A successful airline can stimulate growth across multiple sectors, from hospitality and retail to logistics and manufacturing. It can also serve as a source of national pride, connecting Ghanaians in the diaspora to their homeland and projecting Ghana's identity across the world. President Mahama has been vocal about the strategic significance of this vision. In his speeches, he has emphasized that a well-managed national airline can support Ghana's efforts to become a regional hub. Kotoka International Airport, with its modern infrastructure and strategic location in West Africa, already serves as a transit point for many regional travelers. A national airline can deepen that role, linking Accra to major cities across Africa, Europe, the Americas, and Asia. It can also leverage Ghana's growing reputation as a stable and attractive investment destination. At the policy level, the aviation strategy fits within the broader transport modernization plan. Alongside investments in roads, rail, and ports, the government sees aviation as a key pillar in unlocking the country's economic potential. The integration of air transport into the national development strategy demonstrates a long-term vision. It is about connecting people, markets, and ideas, both within the country and across borders. The partnership with Portugal is still in its formative stages, and no final agreements have yet been signed. However, the signals are clear. Ghana is serious, Portugal is receptive, and TAP Portugal, which itself is undergoing privatization reforms, may see mutual benefit in expanding its African operations through a structured alliance with Ghana. If successful, the partnership could involve code-sharing agreements, joint training programs, fleet management collaborations, and even shared ownership structures. The international community is watching with interest. Aviation experts have praised Ghana's new approach, highlighting the emphasis on partnerships and professionalism. Analysts say that by learning from successful models and avoiding past mistakes, Ghana has a real chance of building a national airline that can stand the test of time. Others caution that success will require more than good intentions. It will require discipline, fiscal prudence, political will, and constant innovation. Within Ghana, the public response has been largely positive. Many Ghanaians are hopeful that the revival of the national airline will bring new opportunities and restore a sense of national pride. There is cautious optimism, but also a clear demand for results. People want to see planes flying, jobs being created, and services that reflect Ghanaian excellence. They want an airline that competes not just because it is national, but because it is world-class. To meet those expectations, the government and its partners must deliver. That means choosing the right aircraft types, training the best crews, investing in digital booking systems, ensuring top-tier safety records, and designing routes that make economic sense. It also means branding the airline in a way that reflects Ghana's identity, bold, welcoming, and forward-looking. The airline must become an ambassador of Ghana's spirit, both in the skies and on the ground. There's also the question of sustainability. The aviation industry is changing fast. Environmental concerns, rising fuel prices, and shifting consumer behaviors all present challenges that must be addressed. Ghana's new airline will need to think green by exploring fuel-efficient aircraft, reducing carbon footprints and aligning with international environmental standards. In doing so, the airline can position itself not just as a commercial venture, but as a responsible corporate citizen. In the coming months, the task force is expected to finalize its proposals, engage in deeper negotiations with Portugal and other potential partners, and begin laying the foundation for operational readiness. There will be feasibility studies, regulatory reviews, infrastructure assessments, and stakeholder engagements. Each step will bring Ghana closer to its goal, and with each step, the vision of a new national airline will become more tangible. This moment is more than a policy initiative. It is a statement of intent. It is Ghana saying to the world, we are ready to fly again, and this time we will soar higher, farther, fry, and with greater purpose. The partnership with Portugal is just the beginning of a journey that, if managed well, could change the trajectory of Ghana's aviation story forever. As the nation watches and waits, there is hope that this time things will be different. Things will be different. That a new airline will rise, one that carries not just passengers but dreams, one that connects not just cities but possibilities, and one that tells the world that Ghana once again is ready for takeoff.